Ever felt like your social circle is more of a minefield than a comfort zone? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into the 6 types of toxic friends to cut out of your life. Consider this your secret guide to identifying and eliminating the hidden influences that poison your peace and happiness. Ready to reclaim your life, sanity, and true freedom from these undercover saboteurs? Let's get started. Number 1. The manipulator. First on our list is the manipulator. This friend is like a puppet master, pulling the strings behind the scenes to get what they want, all while making you feel like it was your idea. They're the grandmasters of deceit, subtly influencing your actions and decisions with a hidden agenda. Signs of a manipulator include constantly twisting facts, playing the victim, and expertly guilt-tripping you. They might say things like, "If you really cared about me, you'd," or "Remember when I did this for you?" Manipulators are pros at making you feel responsible for their emotions and actions. They might shift blame, deny previous agreements, or create a fog of confusion around what was said or decided. So, how do you deal with a master manipulator? First, recognize their tactics. Keep a record of conversations and agreements to counteract their attempts at rewriting history. Set clear boundaries and stick to them. For example, when they try to guilt-trip you, calmly respond with, "I understand you feel that way, but I need to make decisions that are right for me." When they start spinning their web of confusion, think of it as a game of mental dodgeball. Don't get hit. Instead of dancing to their tune, imagine yourself cutting those puppet strings with giant scissors. Avoid getting drawn into lengthy justifications or arguments, as manipulators often use these to further their control. Cut the strings and leave the puppet master to find a new act. Number 2. The constant critic. Next up, we have the constant critic. This friend seems to have a PhD in nitpicking, turning every interaction into an unsolicited performance review. No matter what you do, it's never quite good enough for them. Their specialty, undermining your confidence one snide comment at a time. Signs of a constant critic include frequently pointing out your flaws, offering backhanded compliments, and making you feel like you're perpetually under a microscope. They might say things like, "You did well, but it could have been better if you," or "I'm just being honest." Their critiques are often disguised as helpful advice, but they leave you feeling diminished and insecure. How do you handle a constant critic? Start by recognizing their behavior for what it is, a projection of their own insecurities. Maintain your self-worth by reminding yourself of your strengths and achievements. When they offer unsolicited advice, respond with, "Thank you for your input, but I'm happy with how I did." This sets a boundary without escalating the situation. Engage in conversations that redirect the focus away from their critiques. Ask open-ended questions about their interests or opinions that don't involve you. If their criticism persists, it's okay to distance yourself. You deserve friends who uplift you, not ones who tear you down. Number 3. The energy vampire. Enter the energy vampire, a friend who leaves you feeling like you've run a marathon after a simple coffee date. These folks have an uncanny ability to drain your emotional and mental reserves, leaving you as lifeless as a deflated balloon. They thrive on drama and negativity, feeding off your energy like it's their personal buffet. Signs of an energy vampire include constant complaining, making every conversation about their problems, and rarely showing interest in your life. They might say things like, "You won't believe what happened to me today," and proceed to unleash a torrent of woes that would exhaust even the most patient listener. They excel at turning any discussion into a one-person pity party. So, how do you fend off an energy vampire? First, set boundaries. Politely but firmly limit the time and emotional energy you invest in these interactions. When they start their negativity spiral, steer the conversation towards something positive or neutral. You might say, "That sounds tough, but let's focus on something uplifting for a change." Humor can be your best friend here. Lightly joke, "Do I need to bring garlic to our next hangout?" to signal that their constant draining is becoming a bit much. If they don't take the hint and change their ways, it might be time to limit your interactions. Surround yourself with friends who energize and inspire you, not those who leave you feeling like you've just survived a vampire attack. Protect your vibe, because it's worth it. Number 4. The drama queen. Next on our list is the drama queen, the friend who seems to live in a perpetual soap opera. Every minor inconvenience is a catastrophe, and every conversation is a theatrical performance. These friends have a knack for turning molehills into mountains, leaving you feeling like you've just survived a tornado of unnecessary drama. Signs of a drama queen include exaggerated reactions, constant gossiping, and an insatiable need to be the center of attention. They might say things like, "You'll never guess what happened," and proceed to spin a tale so dramatic it could win an Oscar. Their life is a constant whirlwind of chaos, and they expect you to be their audience. How do you manage a drama queen? Start by recognizing their behavior without getting sucked into their vortex of drama. Maintain a calm and neutral stance when they try to drag you into their latest saga. Respond with something like, "That sounds intense, but I'm sure you'll handle it." Set boundaries around how much of their drama you're willing to absorb. Politely steer conversations towards more mundane topics. If they insist on dragging you into their latest episode, use humor to deflect, saying, "I feel like I need popcorn for this story." Don't surround yourself with friends who treat every day like an audition for a reality show. Protect your peace and enjoy a drama-free existence. Number 5. The gossip. The gossip. The friend who seems to have a sixth sense for everyone else's business but their own. They thrive on spreading rumors and spilling secrets, turning every conversation into a session of tabloid-worthy chatter. With them, you're always one sentence away from becoming the next headline. Signs of a gossip include constantly talking about other people's lives, sharing information that's not theirs to share, and creating unnecessary tension and mistrust. They might say things like, "Did you hear about so-and-so?" and proceed to dish out details that make you question your own privacy around them. Their conversations are less about connection and more about broadcasting the latest scandal. So, how do you deal with a gossip? First, recognize that if they're willing to gossip about others to you, they're likely gossiping about you to others. Maintain your integrity by not engaging in their rumor mill. Politely but firmly steer the conversation away from gossip. You might say, "I prefer not to talk about others when they're not here to share their side." Use humor to set boundaries. Are you writing a novel? Because you sure have a lot of plot twists. If they don't get the hint and continue their gossiping ways, it's time to reconsider the friendship. Remember, if you can't trust them with others' secrets, you can't trust them with yours. Number 6. The jealous competitor. Finally, we have the jealous competitor, the friend who turns every achievement into a competition. Instead of celebrating your successes, they're busy plotting how to one-up you. Their envy is palpable, and they can't stand seeing you do better than them. Signs of a jealous competitor include downplaying your achievements, constantly comparing themselves to you, and always trying to outdo you. They might say things like, "That's great, but I did something even better," turning your moment of joy into their personal challenge. Dealing with a jealous competitor requires a blend of confidence and boundaries. First, recognize their behavior without letting it undermine your self-worth. Celebrate your successes without feeling guilty. When they try to compete, respond with, "I'm happy for you, but this isn't a competition. Let's just support each other." use humor to diffuse their competitive spirit. Are we in the Olympics? Because I didn't sign up for this event. Your achievements deserve genuine applause, not a rival.